This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'chak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25 through 26, is that I want to play a short clip of Alex Jones basically saying openly that he fears nuclear war is coming. Okay? He's scared of it. He has nightmares of it. Okay? And this is why I brought out the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25 through 26, because these people, like Alex Jones, which is controlled opposition, okay, they are terrified of nuclear war, all right, because they know nuclear war ends their kingdom, okay. And I personally believe Alex Jones is an Edomite. That's my personal belief. Okay. But for us, the hopeful elect, nuclear war is our salvation, because we need nuclear war, all right, in order for us to get up out of here. All right. We need nuclear war so that Esau Edom's kingdom can be removed. All right. But I'm gonna play this short clip because it goes to show you that these Edomites and these heathens, they're scared. All right. They're scared. Okay. They have nightmares. All right. The Lord is plaguing them with nightmares. Okay. And that's why they're openly speaking about pending nuclear war. So let's play this.
So you're pretty famous, not famous enough for seeing events in some detail ahead of time. You're the only person, I think, in the world who called 9/11 in detail. You're on tape doing.
And that's BS. Okay, he wasn't the only one that called it. William Bill Cooper, the author of Behold the Pale Horse, he actually called it first. All right. But he was killed because he didn't want to sell out to the elites. That's why they clipped him. All right. He was actually exposing a lot of secret society, occult teachings. He was exposing it. It was called The Hour of the Time. All right. I used to watch that religiously before I knew I was an Israelite. All right. That, and in fact, the book Behold the Pale Horse, that was my first book I ever read in its entirety. All right, before I picked up the Bible and read it in its entirety. Okay, because that book opened up, okay, a lot of the secrets that these elites were doing behind the scene. Okay, this is why you had like Prodigy speak about it. Nas speak about it in a lot of their songs. Okay, secret society trying to keep their eye on me. They always referenced Behold the Pale Horse. Behold the Pale Horse. right, which goes to the book of Revelation. I might also get that because Bill Cooper, he was a hardcore Christian. Okay, let me get that scripture. Revelation chapter 6 verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." Verse 8, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse. Right, this is the inspiration, all right, that Bill Cooper had. All right, he referenced the scriptures, all right, which goes to show you the Bible is the truth. All right, no other book can mate with the scriptures. Not Islam, all right, not Buddha, not Hinduism, not Egyptian garbage, none of that. Okay? And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given, and that goes to show you this can't be talking about an underground internal damnation. Okay? All right? It says, and hell followed with him. All right? Because why? A lot of people are about to be put in the dirt, okay, in the grave, because that's what hell is the grave or the pit. All right. It also represents affliction. All right. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. And what is the fourth part of the earth? Let's talk about over here in the Americas. Okay. Let me show you something. And those in the know, they know where I'm going with this. What is considered the fourth part of the earth? The fourth part of the earth depends on the context. It can refer to inner core as the innermost Earth's fourth layer, or the fourth major spheres, all right, geosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere, or historically to the New World, which was called the fourth part of the world on the 16th century map plane. All right, so it's talking about over here in the Americas. Historical and cartographical context. Historically, the discovery of the Americas led to a map from 1562 that called it the fourth part of the world. In biblical interpretation, the fourth part of earth refers to the specific portion of the world in the book of Revelation, though its exact meaning is debated. Well, the elect are going to know exactly what the fourth part of the earth is, and that's the Americas. Okay? And so over here, you're going to see to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. Right, so a lot of judgment is coming over here to Babylon the Great. Okay? A lot. All right? And ultimately the nuclear destruction, which let's keep going. But the point is, Alex Jones is a cult of personality. He's actually mimicking or attempting to mimic William Bill Cooper. Okay? All right? Because again, Bill Cooper was the one who said that they're going to blame it on Bin Laden and they're going to hit the towers. He said that way before Alex Jones. Okay? So let me play this. And that's why Bill Cooper is dead. All right, just there you go. All right, Bill Cooper is dead. Okay, again, all right? Why is this guy still alive after all these years? Okay? Because he's controlled opposition.
They're going to fly planes in the World Trade Centers and blame Bin Laden. That's what you said. Given your demonstrated ability to get a pretty clear sight picture of the future, where do you think we are in 5 years?
We're either in heaven or hell. It's the best of times or worst of times. Tell two cities. We are in the crossroads right now. We're going across the point of no return, and we have maximum effort to expose the evil, be honest ourselves about the problems we have. We have unlimited potential. But I would have to say, if you look into the future, near probability nuclear war. And I have 4 children. I have nightmares about it.
You see that? Near probability nuclear war. And this is something we've been saying here at Great Millstone to the Spirit and Power Yahweh Bashim Shai, because it's all in the scriptures. All right? It's all in the scriptures. Us holding up the signs, the USSR, our apostle elders holding those signs up for decades. Okay? The USSR, all right, which represents Russia. All right? And that's part of biblical prophecy. Okay? And again, you even having, okay, these insiders, they fear nuclear war. That's all right. And they're being plagued in the mind. Alex Jones says he dreams about this. Let's play this one more time.
You look into the future, near probability nuclear war. And I have 4 children. I have nightmares about this because I know this is real.
I agree with you.
Mainline.
Hear that? And even Tucker Carlson, okay, who met the apostles and elders, okay, many, many years ago. All right? Okay? Oh, look. 144. Hey, that's spiritual number. All right? Yeah, there you go. Okay? The 144. That's the number we fighting for. All right? But again, let's play this one more time. Okay? These insiders, they have nightmares. They know this is coming. All right? And that's why, all right, you best believe Alex Jones has a bunker, and best believe Tucker Carlson has a bunker. All right? Now, if they were smart, their bunkers should be out of America if they were smart. But, you know, the way it's looking is looking that their bunkers are here in Babylon the Great, and they're going to be cooked in those bunkers, okay? Because this place is going to be leveled, okay, without an inhabitant. Let's get that real quickly, then we'll replay this again, okay? Because this is all being set up. Everything's being set up for the destruction. And again, the destruction is not going to come, all right, until the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, is made mandatory. Oh, by the way, okay, lessons within lessons, okay, just going to give you an update that things are going cashless real quickly. Walmart crypto, check this out, all right. Walmart preparing to support crypto payments. Walmart-backed fintech reportedly set to support crypto trading and custody. Right. CNBC. This is why the Apostle Elder said, watch the financial channel. Look at this. Walmart-backed fintech OnePay is bringing crypto to its banking app, sources say. Right. Everything is going crypto. Why? Because it's all being set up for the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. And we're going to say this over and over and over again. All right? And if you don't like it, don't watch our videos. Go watch sports. Go watch stupid celebrity garbage. All right? Go play stupid video games. All right? But this is where it's all leading to. Boom. And brothers and sisters that have been watching our videos, I recommend to learn this technology. All right? Because I believe, all right, and this is my honest opinion, okay, we're going to have to use this technology for a season, okay? So you need to understand this technology because they got to get everybody into it. And that's how, you see what they're doing? They're slowly getting everybody into it, okay? Watch, Amazon will be the next one. Oh, yeah, you can use crypto to buy goods on Amazon website, okay? So, you know, learn it because we're going to have to use it for a season before they push this chip, this RFID chip. But the point is, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is coming because they got to get everybody out of cash. And you clearly see it. Walmart now. Okay? All right? And this is all leading, once again, to the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. And then, once that is made mandatory, then the destruction comes right after. Okay? But let me get back to the topic at hand, okay? Babylon will fall to the Medes, right? And these Medes are talking about the Russians, okay? Which it's interesting. Now, so let me show you this. This Marine General Commander, Eric Smith said this: the next fight is coming. Check this out.
Cloth as those who seized Tarawa, withstood the cold of Korea, and fought through the streets of Iraq and the mountains of Afghanistan. And the next fight is coming. Trust me, it's coming. Across battlefields, our character has...
You hear that? The next fight is coming. Trust me, it's coming. All right? And a lot of these soldiers, these young soldiers, they're going to fear, man. Okay? And the scriptures talk about them, roughly paraphrasing it. They're going to stay... you know what? Let me get it. I don't want to butcher it. I know it's in Jeremiah. The mighty men have forborne to fight. Because they're going to be scared too. Okay? Because the Russians are going to put in that work. The Russians are going to damage the American military. It's just a fact, because that's prophecy. Yeah, here it is. Jeremiah 51 verse 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Right, that's talking about the military. Okay, even the Marines. Okay, they're going to be scared. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Right. Okay, so this prophecy has to be fulfilled too. Okay, and you have a lot of soldiers, man. So these young soldiers, they're getting scared. All right, they're having mental problems. Okay, this is why there was a heavy recruiting crisis. All right, because these young men and women, they see that America's engaged in forever wars, and now these forever wars are coming to Russia, China, okay, and Iran, which they have a standing army. They have a well-trained standing army. They're not the Arabs, which the American military failed to the Arabs. What's it called? Look at Iraq. All right, Iraq is back to what it was. All right, and they're always getting hit with mortar rounds. What's it called? Well, they are Elamites, the people dwelling in Afghanistan. All right, they're descendants of Elam. All right, you got Arabs in there too, but Afghanistan's mainly of Elam. All right, which was known as what group was able to combat and overthrow America. The Taliban. The Taliban, okay, won. Okay, after 20 years. So again, the American military, all right, is crumbling. All right. So now when it comes to Russia, China, and Iran, forget about it. But let me read this. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Right, it's talking about Russia. The Russians, which they're being stirred up. Look at the situation in Ukraine. Okay. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right, what is this talking about? Nuclear war, as Alex Jones fears and has nightmares about. Let's play this again. Okay?
I would have to say, if you look into the future, near probability nuclear war. And I have 4 children. I have nightmares about this because I know this is real.
I agree with you.
Mainline analysts, the atomic scientist group says we're 2 minutes to midnight. It's the
remember, this video was a year old. Okay? Now look at, where is it at? This is the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. This is what Alex Jones was referencing. It is 89 seconds to midnight. So it's past 2 minutes. It's less than 2 minutes. Okay? Very close. All right? So, again, this is what the scriptures are talking about. When you read Isaiah chapter 13, verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right, the Russians are not going to care about little Tommy, little Caroline, all right, little Nancy, little Danielle, all right, little John, okay, little Matthew, nothing, okay. You Jakes, the Russians damn sure ain't going to care about you Jakes. Little Carlos, little Jerome, okay. 19, and Babylon, The glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. Okay, and this clearly is talking about a future prophecy. All right. Ancient Neo-Babylon was never overthrown, okay, as Sodom and Gomorrah. It was a surgical strike conducted by Darius the Mede, okay? And it just became a vassal, all right? There's another word. I can't remember it, all right? But it became a vassal to the Neo-Babylonian Empire, all right? It's like what's it called? Like Kaliningrad, right? That's between Poland and another country, right? Russia's Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad city in Russia, right? Kaliningrad, okay? Kaliningrad is the capital of the Russian province of the same name, right? It became a province, that's it. Sandwiched between Poland and Lithuania along the Baltic coast, right? So Kaliningrad, all right, is a province, okay, between Poland, all right, here it is, Poland and Lithuania. This is a Russian territory. Same thing like Babylon, okay, when it fell under the Persian Mede Empire, all right, it became a province under the Persian Mede Empire, okay? It wasn't overthrown as Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is a good example. You know, Russia has Kaliningrad. This is their territory, okay? Which there's nukes here. And Belarus supplies Kaliningrad all sorts of goodies, all right? Because Belarus is partnered with the Russians, okay? Yeah, this is the spirit the Lord put on me. I love talking about stuff like this. I could talk about this stuff for hours, okay? You know, not to boast in what the Lord blessed me with. I'm just letting you know, like, this is all I'm focused on, right? Is World War III, the military aspect of it, all right? Every brother has their measurement. I understand now after, 11 years now in this truth. This is the spirit that the Lord gave me, this measurement, to look into the military aspect of prophecy, okay? So let's continue on. Back to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. It shall never be inhabited. Right, so this is a future prophecy. Okay, where Neo-Babylon was located at, okay, it's modern day Iraq. Modern day Iraq is inhabited. In fact, I was there. Okay, that was my place of duty when I went to that war that was based on lies. Okay, and I saw them building an embassy in Iraq. It's the largest, one of the largest embassies under the sun. Okay, in fact, let me see. Let me ask. What is the largest embassy all right, let me rephrase it. What American embassy is the largest? What American embassy is the largest, is the biggest? Which American embassy is the biggest? There it is. Right. It's freaking huge. The largest U.S. embassy is the one in Baghdad, Iraq, which this is very spiritual, because America is Babylon. And Babylon, America, has the largest embassy in Baghdad, Iraq, which was where Neo-Babylon was located at. All right? So there you go. The largest U.S. embassy is one in Baghdad, Iraq, covering 104 acres and also considered the most expensive. Right, I was there when they were building it, man. That shit is huge. It's like the size of the Vatican, man. Okay? Which goes to show you America was never going to leave Iraq. Ever. It's all lies. They're lying. Oh, I've seen stupid articles that Trump is considering to leave Iraq. BS. It's all lies. Okay? Just like they lied to the American people that they were going to release the Epstein files. It's all BS, man. A lot of money went into this because this is a strategic launch pad, strike point, all right? Because, again, it's all set up through the Spirit. It's all set up by Yahweh Bashem Shai to keep the American military in the so-called Middle East for their judgment, okay? And that's why these wars are never going to end. There will never be peace. So, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right, this is talking about America, Babylon the Great. A good example, me and my brother Zachariah, we were in New York a couple of days ago. All right, and every block in Manhattan, every corner of Manhattan, there's an Arab, okay? You can't make this up. Arabs selling hot dogs and gyros, and there's an umbrella, like a tent, over his cart. Okay, so yeah, the scriptures are on point. Okay, also if you want to look at money wise, Saudi Arabia and various other Arab countries are investing heavily into America, especially when it comes to AI. Okay, so that's another clue that America is Babylon the Great. But there's going to be a point where this place is going to be decimated. It's never going to be inhabited again. And it's going to be done via nuclear destruction. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. 21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Right. And if you go to the cross reference, okay, check it out. Isaiah 34 and 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion. You're not going to know where New York's at. You're not going to know where Florida's at. You're not going to know where Texas is at. You're not going to know where Washington, D.C. is at. You're not going to know where Illinois is at. You're not going to know where Seattle, California, okay, Colorado. And Colorado is going to be decimated. All you military elites thinking that you're going to hide in those, thinking that those bunkers, because you're going to hide in them, but you're thinking that those bunkers are going to protect you. Sorry, Colorado is going to be decimated. Okay? And the stones of emptiness. 12. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. 13. And thrones shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and court for owls. Court for owls, right? This is clearly talking about a future prophecy. This again, Iraq is inhabited. 14. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find herself a place of rest. There you go. All right, 15. There shall the great owl make her nest and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, everyone with her mate. Revelation 18 and 2. Again, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, right? John the Revelator saw the destruction of America by nuclear fire. All right, this is the destruction. All right? Okay? He saw it. He saw the destruction and then the aftermath of it. All right? And has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right? So you see, these are precepts. All right? Each prophet Isaiah, prophet John, okay? These are the prophets. They saw the destruction, just like we can see it, okay? 22, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 22. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Right, we're getting close, all right? Hey, Alex Jones believes in 5 years, all right? that he predicts a nuclear destruction is coming. Okay, all right. So, and we don't, again, that's not our spirit. We don't believe we have 5 years. Okay, that I'm just speaking as a man. I don't believe we have 5 years. But if it's of the will of the Lord, it is what it is. All right, that's not a doctrine we're setting out. That we only have 5 years or less than as a doctrine. That's just what we're speaking as a man. Like, we hope we have less than 5 years. I hope the way things are going, I don't see us being here another 5 years. But at the end of the day, okay, this nuclear war is coming, and it's coming quickly. Okay, quickly. All right, that's why you got to stay on your watch. You got to stay rooted in. All right, and you got to just reject the noise, reject the nonsense, man. All right. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Right, what works? Wicked works, okay? Especially here in America, Babylon the Great, okay? This is where all the fire is coming, right? All right? 200 nuclear warheads are hitting America, Babylon the Great. 11. Seeing then all these things shall be dissolved, and what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right. Basically, your code of conduct, your behavior. All right. Are you serving the Lord in truth and sincerity? Okay, or are you still being of this world, being part of this world, being friends of this world, joining hand with the enemy, okay, doing podcasts with the enemy, ISUPK, okay, podcasting with the enemy, it's nasty work, okay. 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of our power. Right, that's the spirit you're supposed to be in. Hastening, okay? Being diligent, okay? Because hastening and diligence are synonymous, okay? Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right, let's talk about the nuclear destruction. And again, Alex Jones fears it, okay? And we're embracing it. 13, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, right, meaning refreshing, all right? This is, the new is kainos. It's good to get into these words because people see new, all right, and they automatically think that the earth is going to be destroyed and, and that, no one's going to be able to live on planet Earth. No, okay? America is going to be destroyed, but this earth is going to be around. The Lord made it to be inhabited, all right, for his people. But the word is kainos, okay? Right? The point is right here, recently made fresh, okay? So it's a refreshing, okay? So the whole earth is not going to be destroyed. It's gonna. The Lord said He made the earth. Well, let me get lessons within lessons. As the apostle elders always say, lessons within lessons. Ecclesiastes, King Solomon said this. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. You see that? So. Anybody talking about, nuclear war is going to destroy the earth and we're all going to be dead and no one's going to be around anymore. Okay, they're lying. Okay? They are lying. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, right, what promise? The promise to the Israelites. Look for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, right, where the Israelites will be established as the kings and priests on earth. Yahushua, who inly calls Jesus, so-called black man, will be sitting on his throne, all right, alongside King David, All right, which that's the thing. You wacky tacky plantation Christians and you JJs, right? You have the statehood of the JJs been around since 1948. Where is King David? All right, the only King David that you established was the King David Hotel, which you blew up. All right, with your terrorist attacks back in the late 1940s. All right, or the mid 1940s, so you could establish the statehood of the JJs. Okay, you blew up the King David Hotel. That's the only King David that I saw on that land. Okay, in these so-called modern times. All right, there's supposed to be King David. He's supposed to be sitting on his throne, as well as the Messiah. Okay, so it clearly shows that those people don't belong over there. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. There you go. And last one, Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. What can do that? Nuclear weapons, nuclear destruction, ICBM. And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. You see that? Okay. That's who's going to be there. Going to be burnt up because of their works. Okay, America's going to be cooked, man. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. There you go. 2, but unto you that fear my name, okay, who fears the name of the Lord? The elect. Okay, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Right, because they're going to be delivered from the destruction, okay? Because they trust in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right? The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is a strong tower, okay? Let me get that. Back to the basics. The basics is what keeps us in the pocket. Strong tower. The basics is what keeps us in the pocket, man. There's nothing wrong with going back to the basics. The basic scriptures, man. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth in it and is safe. Okay? So you got to know the name of the Lord. All right? If you want to be delivered from the destruction. You got to know the Father's name, which is Yahweh. Right here, Lord is Yahweh. And you got to know his Son's name, which is Yahweh Shai. Revelation, and Apostle Gabar always goes into this. Not Revelation, Proverbs 30 and 4. Yep. Apostle Gabar always brings this scripture out. Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the winds in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his Son's name, if thou canst tell? Right, so you need to know the Father's name, you need to know the Son's name, all right? The Father's name is Yahweh, okay? God is just a title. That's why we say who the word English calls God, okay? And the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, okay? His name cannot be Jesus. Just, okay? Historical. If you call yourself a scholar, historically, all right, they weren't calling his name Jesus when he was walking the earth. He was born as a Hebrew. He had a Hebrew name, all right? He spoke Hebrew, all right? You idiot, wacky, tacky plantation Christian. That's why y'all that are here in America, you're going to die by these nuclear missiles. I see it. You're going to burn with these nukes. You're going to burn, okay, along with these clowns in their bunkers, okay? Anyway, and with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem B'Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. As you can see, all right, these heathens are scared. These devils are scared, all right? And it's good, all right? It's good. They know, all right? They know what's coming. There's nothing they can do about it, all right? They're just hoping. Right now, they're in the spirit of trying to, prolong the inevitable, all right? They're dragging their knuckles. That's what these devils are doing, all right? That's why I can't wait to get these devils into captivity, into slavery. All right, because you elites that have been dragging your feet, okay, from the inevitable, man, you're gonna get tormented. All right, the scriptures talk about meditating terror. But brothers and sisters, man, we're gonna jack these clowns up, all right, in the kingdom, all right, especially those that were dragging their feet, feet. And with that, for the sisters, keep studying when you pray. Pray that you had covered. Shalom. We're almost out here. Shalom.